was long and the night was cold. We stood at the edge, stories untold. There was a time when words fell thin, like empty bottles tossed in the wind. We walked past the crossroads, eyes down and dry, silent promises lost, no one asked why. But in the quiet moments beneath the sky so wide, something held us steady, though we wanted to hide. These tracks we left unmarked behind the fence, where love almost slipped through, breaking common sense. But here we are, standing on broken ground, finding the pieces where hope can be found. Morning came slow, with colors undone. We carried the weight of what might have been done. Hands once so gentle, now rough with regret, but the fire still flickers, not ready to forget. In the silence between, a new beat could rise if we listen carefully beyond the goodbye. These tracks we left unmarked behind the fence, where love almost slipped through, breaking common sense. But here we are, standing on broken ground, finding the pieces where hope can be found. No need to rewind all the roads that we've crossed. Some scars are the stories, and love's never lost. If we dare to look back without blame or spite, we'll hold on to the spark that ignites the night. These tracks we left unmarked behind the fence, where love almost slipped through, breaking common sense. But here we are, standing on broken ground, finding the pieces where hope can be found. So here's to the journeys that almost fell through. We're writing the endings that feel honest and true. Sunset paints the porch in gold. Coffee's cold, but stories told. Two worn chairs, side by side, still got those sparks we can't hide. Remember that summer creek. You caught that fish, said you'd never be weak. We laughed until the fire burned low, back when the world moved slow. But the roads got longer and nights stretched thin, held on tight through thick and thin. This is how we love if we don't let go. Through every high and the undertow, two hearts carried by the songs we know. Hold tight, don't fade away. Your hand in mine when the rain came down, singing in that old hometown. Every crack in the wooden floor speaks of the love we're fighting for. Not always easy, sometimes the fight's long, but giving up just don't feel strong. This is how we love if we don't let go. Through every high and the undertow, two hearts carried by the songs we know. Hold tight, don't fade when the silence settles in the room and doubts hang thick like heavy blooms. Look back on the roads we've roamed. This love's the only thing we've called home. This is how we love if we don't let go. Through every high and the undertow, two hearts carried by the songs we know. Hold tight, don't fade away. Sunset fades to starry night, still holding on to what feels right. If this is love, then let it show. Hold tight, don't fade away. The sun beats down on the cracked front porch. A weathered old sign swings creaking soft. Boots tapping slow on these faded boards. That's how we carry the stories forward. We grew up where the river bends slow, chasing fireflies under street lamp glows. Mama's voice calling from the kitchen door. Life was simple, but it meant so much more. and we learn to stand even when fear appears. No flash, no glamour, just honest days, living small town life in a million ways. The sky's so big, the heart's so wide. In every goodbye, there's a piece that's still high. Footprints on old dusty roads, leading back to the place that molded our souls, where laughter and tears carve the years, and we learn to stand even when fear pierced. We're just footprints on these old dusty roads, carrying home wherever life goes. The night falls soft, the air grows cold. Fingers trace where your hand once held. Stars above in a silent ring. What we built now unraveling. The porch light flickers in a tired glow. Coffee cups with nowhere to go. You swore the world would bend our way, but words like cars just blew away. And I keep chasing shadows of your vows, trying to fix a broken house. Built from broken promises in the dark, tried to mend the cracks but missed the mark. Wooden floors creak with secrets untold. Love's a story written in cold. Your laughter once filled these empty walls, but now it's silence that loudly calls. Photographs and faded frames hold pieces of a midnight promise with no names. I'm picking up the splinters on the floor, but there's no place for us anymore. Built from broken promises in the dark, tried to mend the cracks but missed the mark. Wooden floors creak with secrets untold. Love's a story written in cold. Maybe someday the dawn will rise and heal the wounds behind these eyes. Till then, I'll sit on this cold porch swing, listening close to what silence sings. Built from broken promises in the dark, tried to mend the cracks but missed the mark. pieces of a promise we couldn't say.
The house sits still, but it's not the same. Empty rooms caught up in your name. Coffee cups on the table, cold and untouched. Your jacket still hanging where I last left it much. Windows don't carry the breeze like before. Silence fills every crack in the floor. I talk to the walls, hoping they'll answer back, but the quiet just laughs and fills in the cracks. When silence screams, it's not the absence of sound, it's the heavy weight of you when you're not around. Love refuses to fade, it just won't leave. In a room full of quiet, that's all I can grieve. Your boots by the door where the dust starts to settle. Photographs holding on like a cast on a pedal. The clock hangs frozen at the time you walked out, but my heart's still ticking in a restless drought. I try to move on, but memories cling tight, like a song stuck playing deep through the night. When silence screams, it's not the absence of sound, it's the heavy weight of you when you're not around. Love refuses to fade, it just won't leave. In a room full of quiet, that's all I can breathe. Maybe one day the quiet will change its tune, and the walls will breathe without you in the room. But till then I'm trapped where love won't let go, in silence that's louder than I'll ever show. When silence screams, it's not the absence of sound, it's the heavy weight of you when you're not around. Love refuses to fade, it just won't leave. In a room full of quiet, that's all I can breathe. The quiet stays, it's here to remind love's not gone, it's just trapped in time. I picked up the pieces where we left off last fall. Dust on the letters worn down, but not too small. There was a time when summer stretched forever into your smile. Promises like river bends, steady, true, and worthwhile. But seasons changed and words got lost like stones along the shore, building something stronger than we had before. We're built from broken promises, steady hands in the rain, a patchwork heart that's learning how to beat again. Pieces hold us together, though the cracks still show. We're more than what was promised, we're more than we'll ever know. Your voice still lingers in the corners of this old town, where laughter once painted smiles, now memories come around. I trace the lines of yesterdays where dreams began to bend. Raise a glass to what didn't break, but strengthened in the end. Every broken promise laid like stones along the shore, building something stronger than we had before. We're built from broken promises, steady hands in the rain, a patchwork heart that's learning how to beat again. Pieces hold us together, though the cracks still show. We're more than what was promised, we're more than we'll ever know. No silver lining in these clouds, just colors shifted slow, from fractured to familiar. That's how the stories grow. Hand in hand through the ruins, we find a way to mend, built from broken promises, together until the end. We're built from broken promises, steady hands in the rain, a patchwork heart that's learning how to beat again. Pieces hold us together, though the cracks still show. We're more than what was promised, we're more than we'll ever know. Pieces hold us together, together until the end. The clock ticks past the quiet hour, coffee cups and candle power. We sit so still, the world drifts slow. In this small room we both know. Remember that rain that soaked us cold, running down the old dirt road. Laughed so hard, hearts open wide, like we had nothing left to hide. But feelings shift like rolling tides, words we said and tears we've cried. Yet here we are, no need to speak. The strongest bond is sometimes meek. The night we stay, if we don't let go, hold tight to what we used to know. Through every fight, through every tear, love's not gone, it's standing near. So hold my hand, don't break the chain. Let midnight pass and ease the pain. floor, dusty frames from long before. Your tired smile in morning's light keeps me close through endless night. We've stumbled through those darker days, but still we find a gentle way to stay right here, to stand so strong. Keep holding on where we belong. The night we stay, if we don't let go, hold tight to what we used to know. Through every fight, through every tear, love's not gone, it's standing near. So hold my hand, don't break the chain. Let midnight pass and ease the pain. No promises made or broken, just silence that's softly spoken. Two hearts tied by ropes so thin, we stay the course through thick and thin. The night we stay, if we don't let go, hold tight to what we used to know. Through every fight, through every tear, love's not gone, it's standing near. So hold my hand, don't break the chain. Let midnight pass and ease the pain. Together here as dawn will break. The night we stay, for love's own sake. The night sky bends like a broken drum. City lights flicker where the wildfires run. Your hand in mine, we're the calm and the fight, holding on tight on the edge of the night. Smoke curls up from the hills where the lost roads lie. Neon signs flicker, tracing maps in your eyes. We found a moment that's sharp as a blade. In a world that's burning, love's the only shade. And the wind carries stories we never planned to tell. But here in the silence, everything feels well. Ashes and stardust fall all around, but your heart beats the only steady sound. In a world on fire, when the stars collide, you're the spark that keeps me alive inside. Cracked sidewalks hold the footprints of old dreams. Cars drive past with their headlights like broken streams. Still in the chaos, your smile's a steady light, drawing constellations out of the night. And the smoke tries to cover what we know to be true, that even in ruin I find peace with you. Ashes and stardust
ashes and stardust fall all around, but your heart beats the only steady sound. In a world on fire, when the stars collide, you're the spark that keeps me alive. So let the fires burn and the night unfold. With you by my side, I got stories untold. Ashes and stardust fading with the dawn. Love's the light that carries us on. Sometimes love's a ledger no one wants to keep. Every dollar spent feels like a promise to reap. We built a house from hope and worn out plans, painted smiles on walls with shaky hands. Coffee cups lining up, empty in the same. Moments slipping by faster than we think. There's a cost in broken dreams we've sown, in silent fights where no seeds are sown. What love cost us again, it's more than tears in rain. It's the nights we stayed awake, trying not to cause more pain. Counting every scar on this heart of mine, trying to find a way where the sun can still shine. Remember the road trips with windows down, singing the songs that made us both drown. Life's small debts in time we never regained, the quiet goodbyes that never felt the same. We lost more than words could ever explain, holding on to fragments, feeling the strain. What love cost us again, it's more than tears in rain. It's the nights we stayed awake, trying not to cause more pain. Counting every scar on this heart of mine, trying to find a way where the sun can still shine. Maybe someday we'll tally up the gains, find the moments that broke through the chains. Till then the price is what we wear like skin, lessons learned beneath the surface deep within. So here's to the cost,
and the love that remains, and every sunrise after the hardest rains. I found my heart on the ground, pieces scattered in the breeze, dusty roads beneath my boots, where I learned what pain can be. Promises like paper in the rain, torn apart before they dry. Fires burn what we once called home, left me standing cold outside. But from the crackling flames and smoke, something stronger started to grow. Broken dreams beneath my feet, but my spirit wouldn't fold. I'm rising from these ashes, built up from what's been lost. Every scar a story, every hurt a cost. Through the fire, through the pain, I'll find my way again, like a phoenix in the morning. I'm rising from these ashes. The nights were long and hard to bear, with silence louder than the storm. But I held on to every word that wasn't made to harm. Promises may break and fade, but I learned how to stand tall. This road is mine to travel now, no fear of another fall. Burned by the past, yet unbroken, lessons written on my skin. What once was lost, now unspoken. A new chapter's about to begin. I'm rising from these ashes, built up from what's been lost. Every scar a story, every hurt a cost. Through the fire, through the pain, I'll find my way again, like a phoenix in the morning. I'll stand taller from the ashes. I'm made stronger. The old dirt road runs soft and slow by the river where the tall grass grows. Leaves flutter down on an amber light, marking the passage of another night. We carved our names in the willow tree, a secret place just for you and me. Barefoot dances and fires that burn, rustling secrets in every turn. The seasons change, the river bends, where yesterday's the hardest friend. I trace the steps that led you away, in muddy banks where memories stay. Footprints along the river bend, stories written that never end. Days of laughter, not so wide, holding fast to the riverside. Though the water keeps rolling free, I still find pieces of you and me. Oh, pickup trucks and Sunday fairs, shared glances caught in golden stares. Your hand in mine beneath the southern sky, every moment a whisper goodbye. Times don't stop and rivers run underneath the fading sun. Still I walk where we once stood, among the pine and rugged wood. Footprints along the river bend, stories written that never end. Days of laughter, not so wide, holding fast to the riverside. Though the water keeps rolling free, I still find pieces of you and me. Maybe someday we'll meet again, where the river meets the glen. Till then I'll keep a candle bright, guiding home those fading lights. Footprints along the river bend, stories written that never end. Days of laughter, not so wide, holding fast to the riverside. Though the water keeps rolling free, I still find pieces of you and me. The river hums a quiet song, where our footprints still belong. The night was thick with silence, hearts heavy with the toll. 2 cups filled with bitter truth, sitting on the windowsill. Remember how the porch light flickered when your hand slipped from mine. Words like worn out boots dragging us through broken time. No sparks left in the fire, just ashes cold and gray, and the weight of every question the dreams through gravel paths, reckoning the cost. But every mile pulled us apart, and something got lost. Fractured roads we walked with love, stitched up in frayed threads. Promises like autumn leaves, scattered beneath our feet. At a breaking point, the silent scream, the loudest yet. What love cost us was the pieces that we couldn't keep. Your voice was once a melody, now just a distant sound. Like rain on tin roofs, telling stories of what we found. Photographs in dusty frames, smiles we can't rewind. Each step away, a reminder of the ties we left behind. We burned our maps in fading light, hoping to start again. But some roads lead only forward, not back to end. Fractured roads we walked with love, stitched up in frayed threads. Promises like autumn leaves, scattered beneath our feet. At our breaking point, the silent scream, the loudest yet. What love cost us was the pieces that we couldn't keep. No more late night phone calls, no more lines left unsaid. Just the quiet echo of the life we outgrew instead. If love was a road, ours cracked beneath the strain. And learning how to let go was the hardest kind of pain. Fractured roads we walk with love, stitched up in frayed threads. Promises like autumn leaves, scattered beneath our feet. At our breaking point, the silent scream, the loudest yet. What love cost us was the pieces that we couldn't keep. So here's to broken journeys and to hearts that learn to mend. Some loves aren't made to last, but still we pretend. Sunlight peeks through the curtains today, and coffee warms two hands that drift away. A quiet kitchen, but something's changed. The air is thick and hearts rearranged. We built our stories on small hometown streets, where laughter mixed with the summer heat. But the phone calls got shorter, eyes looked down. Our words like footprints, slowly lost in this town. When dreams decide to take different wings, and silence starts to speak louder than anything. But when hearts don't quit, even when tides rearrange, holding on to love that's bruised but still won't break. The roads might talking about forever under the open sky. Now the porch feels colder, the swing barely moves, yet in these worn boots there's a dance we can't lose. When promises feel like pages torn, we find the strength to paint a new dawn. But when hearts don't quit, even when tides rearrange, holding on to love that's bruised but still won't break. The roads might twist, the skies might turn strange, but here we stand, ready for when roads unfold again. No map to follow, no guide from before, just trust in the footsteps and open the door. Sometimes the hardest roads lead to the light, and we're still breathing in the quiet fight. When hearts don't quit, even when tides rearrange, holding on to love that's bruised but still won't break. The roads might twist, the skies might turn strange, but here we stand, ready for when roads unfold again. Here we stand, waiting for roads to unfold. When hearts don't quit, stories never get old. The night feels colder than it did before. Your footsteps fade down the creaky wooden floor. We had our fights like shadows on the wall, each word a stone thrown, but we tried not to fall. Your eyes told stories I never could read, packed up the memory, left the space in between, and the silence grows heavy like rain in the pines. I reach for a laugh, but get nothing but signs. When the last door closes, there's no turning back, just footprints in dust on a worn-out track. I hold to the moments before goodbyes call, love in the aftermath, standing tall through it all. The porch light flickers where we used to sit, talking about dreams we promised wouldn't quit. But time pulled the strings and loosened the ties, left me with questions and truth in your eyes. The clock keeps on ticking, but never the same. Left me to wonder, left me to blame. When the last door find what we lost and ease what we owed. Till then, I carry the weight of our song, trying to remember where we went wrong. When the last door closes, there's no turning back, just footprints in dust on a worn-out track. I hold to the moments before goodbyes call, love in the aftermath, standing tall through it all. The night turns quiet, but the heart still knows. Love lingers on after the last door closes. The sun sinks in the rear view, painting lines of burnt orange sky. But inside this dusty pickup, we're tangled in the reasons why. You said the nights got colder and the silence spoke so loud. I felt the distance growing like the thunder before the cloud. Your eyes, they held the stories of a fight not yet complete. But here beneath these fading stars, I'm still holding on to peace. I know we broke a little, but it ain't too late to mend. Lay down these old regrets and find a way to start again. When tomorrow calls our names, will we answer hand in hand? Walking through learning how to understand, fighting ghosts behind the silence, breaking through the pain. Baby, we can find the sunrise when tomorrow calls our names. Remember that old farmhouse where the porch light still remains? We carved our names in wood through the summers and the rains. Though the past is a heavy load and the road ain't always clear, I'm chasing down the morning with the hope that you're still near. We've got scars that tell the stories, but our hearts beat just the same. It's never too late to fight for us when tomorrow calls our name. When tomorrow calls our names, will we answer hand in hand? Walking through the wildfire, learning how to understand, fighting ghosts behind the silence, breaking through the pain. Baby, we can find the sunrise when tomorrow calls our names. Maybe love's a battle scar, a road we're forced to take, but every step together is a chance we both can make. Hold on to me, I'll hold on to you through the dust and pouring rain. 'Cause fighting for our story means there's everything to gain. When tomorrow calls our names, will we answer hand in hand? Walking through the wildfire, learning how to understand, fighting ghosts behind the silence, breaking through the pain. Baby, we can find the sun tomorrow calls our names. The night fades out to morning light, and with it all our blame. Standing here together now, when tomorrow calls our names. Found your note beneath the floorboards torn, where sunlight fades through the old kitchen door. Dust settles slow on memories we made. Love lived in silence, then quietly stayed. The wooden floor creaks with secrets to tell, like footsteps fading from our wishing well. Your picture in the corner, cracked and torn, holding back the nights, both bruised and worn. I tried to sweep you out, but you clung tight. In every little crack, you found your light. Though we said goodbye, there's more to see. You're the restless ghost inside of me. It's not gone the way you think it fades. Between our walls, where the silence stays. Love left its marks where it refused to crack. Still catching breath in the space we lack. The evening air carries your soft spin laugh, traces of us on the broken photograph, stains on the carpet where we used to dance. A stubborn story that won't give a chance. I try to clean the slate, a fresh new start, but traces linger deep inside my heart. Though the rooms are empty, still I see love holding on in the cracks of me. It's not gone the way you think it fades. Between our walls, where the silence stays. Love left its marks where it refused to crack. Still catching breath in the space we lack. No farewell note nailed upon the door, just quiet corners that call you more. This house remembers though we don't speak. Love's not gone, just hidden meek. It's not gone the way you think it fades. Between our walls, where the silence stays. Love left its marks where it refused to crack. Still catching breath in the space we lack. Love's not leaving, it's just time. empty, cold, and half forgotten. Your old letter folded neatly where the evening light has softened. Remember that August night, torn between the fight and the silence. How we priced our promises, weighed the cost of defiance. Your laugh cracked like vinyl, but I heard the crack in your voice. We were dollars and cents, baby, losing more than we could hoist. Stacks of the days, receipts we threw away. What's the sum of the scars we tried to save? Truck humming down the empty highway. We chased freedom in a bottle, but it only led us astray. Remember the blacksmith sign, rusty and bent, like the promises hanging between us. Years spent, stacks of the days, receipts we threw away. What's the sum of the scars we tried to save? Oh, what love cost us, what we barely held on to, like rust on the fence post and dawn breaking through. We gave what we had in the ledger of the heart, counting every line where we fell apart. Us what we barely held on to, like rust on the fence post and dawn breaking through. We gave what we had in the ledger of the heart, counting every line where we fell apart. So here's to the cost and what we saved beside, in the book of us where our truths reside. Old coffee cups piled up beside the bed, photographs with edges torn and red, tatters of a love we swore we'd never lose, now just faded frames on the mantle bruised. Remember that July by the river bend, your laughter tangled up in my old denim. But the summer heat gave way to cold regrets, and the promises we made are the ones we forget. Holding tight to words that slip through our hands, counting all the times that love Sunday morning spent in silence, honey. Coffee's gone cold, but the mornings ain't sunny. Your side of the bed's an island out of reach. I'm learning to speak in the quiet night, preaching, tracing lines where laughter used to fill empty spaces now with a kind of chill. What did love cost us in the end? Was it the trust we lost or the time we didn't spend? Holding on to moments that don't feel right, trying to make it through another restless night. Maybe love's not about the fight or the flame, but finding something steady through the strain. Though the pictures fade and the voices rust, we're still holding on, 'cause hold on we must. What did love cost us? Can't say for sure, but the scars we wear might be the cure. Holding on to us despite all the dust in the faded frames on the mantle, in the fading trust. Faded frames on the mantle, memories gone rough. What love cost us, maybe holding on was enough. Sunlight hits the cracked dashboard, dust on the radio dial. Old maps spread out between us, lines faded but still wild. Back when every choice was loud and every night was ours, we raced through July, storm flip-flop, scars for stars. Never cared which way the wind blew or if the road got rough. Hearts half full of trouble, yeah, we sure call that bluff. No easy answers, just promises we almost kept. Flickering street lamp stories, the kind that burned and wept. We were fireflies caught in a jar, blinking fast, burning bright. Lessons learned on back roads under neon city lights. Never meant to be simple, never planned to play it safe. Just two restless souls tangled in a wild, uncharted chase. Barstool confessions, handshaking, eyes on the past. Laughter spilling over shot glasses that never seem to last. You always chase the thunder, I always chase the sun. Together we were shooting stars, but shooting stars come undone. No easy answers, just promises we almost kept. Flickering street lamp stories, the kind that burned and wept. We were fireflies caught in a jar, blinking
the hills, but those nights still remain. Two hearts that never soften, two souls that never tame.
The old dirt road winds through the fields of gold. Sun setting slow, a story yet untold. Beneath the open sky, you and I stand tall. In this quiet place, we might just have it all. A faded sign that marks the corner store where we first met, heart started to soar. Your laugh still lingers on that wooden porch swing, like a summer breeze that makes the bluebirds sing. Time's been a river, nothing stays the same, but here in this town, love still knows our name. If you still believe where love still lives, there's a place in the valley where our story begins. Through the storms and the silence, the joy and the pain, in this small town heartbeat, we'll find love again. The old barn lights flicker under a rising moon. We dance between hay bales to an old front porch tune. Your hand in mine feels like coming home. In this field of dreams, we're never alone. Every sunset writes a brand new line in the book of us, through the test of time. If you still believe where love still lives, there's a place in the valley where our story begins. Through the storms and the silence, the joy and the pain, in this small town heartbeat, we'll find love again. No grand cities, just open skies where every moment feels alive. Hold on tight, let the world wait. Here in this place, love won't break. If you still believe where love still lives, there's a place in the valley where our story begins. Through the storms and the silence, the joy and the pain, in this small town heartbeat, we'll find love again. Together we stand where hearts find home, in this gentle